Hey folks, welcome to Programming for Musicians, C++ for Musicians. At this time in the course, it's time for you to start doing the tasks. So I'm going to show you the workflow that is involved with doing the tasks. The process has changed a little bit since the last few times I've run the course. So this is going to walk you through the new workflow, which is going to be much more similar to what happens in an actual real world workplace environment. So with that said, what you're going to do in the Slack workspace is you're going to go to the task that you're currently working on based on the video that you're watching, and you're going to see it up here in a pinned message like that. Okay, so it's this one right here. You're going to click on that, open it in a new tab. All right, and you're going to start reading through this. Now, before I go further, what you're seeing on the left side of the screen is a simulation of what you, the viewer, would be experiencing. In this window on the right is what Matt Music will be experiencing with relation to this whole process that you're about to see. Okay, this basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be collaborating on a repository of these tasks using Replit as the way that we're going to be editing these things in real time. And I'm going to be able to see the code you're writing. I'm going to be able to make commits to it, telling you things you need to fix, and you're going to get to experience pull requests and merges and branching and all that kind of stuff. So with that said, let me walk you through the process. So you're going to open this link, which is going to have the task. The task is going to be linked like this, and you're going to follow these instructions. Now I'm going to put these instructions over here on this side of the screen just so it's easy to see. Okay. So let's see. The first thing you're going to do is sign into your GitHub account you created in the Chapter 1 videos where you made the Hello World project and whatnot. Okay. So the next thing you're going to do once you're signed in is you're going to import this repository, this thing that's linked right here. And you're going to, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to copy this URL right here. This is the URL for cloning this. Now we're not cloning it because we want to change the name of it. It's a template project because we're going to use this in a few different tasks for the workspace. So you're going to click this plus button right here. You're going to import repository and you're going to paste the URL right here. All right. The next thing you're going to do is in the name field, you're going to enter the abbreviated name of whatever video you are currently watching. In the case of this example, I'm saying that I was watching Chapter 2, Part 5, Declarations. Okay. So I'm going to put that here in some abbreviated form, maybe PFM CPP underscore chapter 2 underscore part 05, like that. All right, now I want the repository to be public because maybe there are some other students in the current round or whatever that are like, hey, can I see what you did for this? I'm running into some trouble. And you'll be able to share your work, your repository with them this way. They won't need to be added as a collaborator. All right, so make sure this is public, provide an abbreviated name of whatever video you're currently on, and add the URL of the original task link right there, and then begin import. All right, this is going to take a couple moments for it to finish importing. All right, once the import has completed, all right, just keep refreshing this page until you see that it's done. Still not done yet. It's on its way. Just waiting for GitHub to do its thing. There it goes, importing complete. All right. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to add me, Matt Music, as a collaborator. So you're going to do that by clicking on Settings. Then you're going to click on Collaborators. And then you're going to search for me by username, which is Matt Music. All right, it's going to show it pop up here. You're going to click on that and you're going to add me as a collaborator. I'm going to get sent an invite to collaborate on your repository for these tasks. All right. Now I'll show you what happens on my end. If I go to GitHub here, GitHub, yeah, it's going to ask me to sign in. Let me do that now. All right. So now under my notifications, I'll see Cordiapp invited to join from Cordiapp, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to accept the invitation. All right. If you refresh on your end, you'll see that I accepted it like that. Okay. The next thing that happens, let's go back to the instructions for this. The next thing that happens is you're going to import this Replit you're going to import this project into your Replit account. Now, you may or may not have a Replit account at this time. So what you're going to do is you're going to visit replit.com/login, open this in a new tab, right? And you're going to sign up and you're going to use GitHub as the means of signing in. You're not going to click on Google in case you're signed into Gmail. You're not going to click on the F to sign in via Facebook. You're going to click on this guy right here. And you're not going to enter a username and a password. You're going to click on this one right here. All right, that's going to do some OAuth stuff. It's going to authorize you. It's going to log you in with the current credentials you're using with GitHub. Okay, so once you're logged in, you may see this pop up inviting you to join. You can just ignore that and click outside of it. You're going to click on import repo right there. Okay, now if it prompts you to provide permission to GitHub, be sure to do that. Once you've done that, you're going to see your GitHub repos are listed here under the import from GitHub listing. Okay, you're going to click on the repository that you just cloned. This one right here, chapter 2, part 5 in my case. You're going to click on that and it's going to clone it. It's going to import it in. It's going to close this. You're going to see a shell on the right side. This stuff should be familiar where you're cloning and whatnot, cloning a repository from the command line to some local spot. All right. Once it finishes cloning, you're going to invite me, Matt Cat Music, to be a collaborator. Okay. So you're going to click on this invite button, and down here under usernames, you're going to search for me. So just type Matt Cat Music like that. You'll see me pop up, click that, and then click add. All right. Once that's done, you can go over here to main. You can press the run button. You can watch it do its thing. There's nothing there. You can click got it for that. Okay. So at this point, I have been invited. Okay. And what I will do is I'm going to join your repository and I'm going to add the actual assignment to that. So let me do that so you can see the process that's involved with that. Scroll on down. Okay, I will join your repo and add the assignment. So let me go to Replit for myself. Let me log on in here. Let me log in with GitHub. Okay, here's my notification. Blank has invited you to collaborate on their Replit chapter 2, part 5. So we'll click on that. All right, so now I can see everything that's going on here. I'm going to go back to these instructions, okay? So once I accept your invitation, I'm going to edit main.cpp and I'm going to add the assignment. So let me do that. Okay, so I got main.cpp open here. Let me grab the assignment. Okay, so I've got chapter 2, part 5, the task itself pulled up here. So I'm going to replace all this code. This contains all of the instructions for it. You can see down here all of the everything you're supposed to do. The next thing that I will do is I am going to make a commit. I'm going to push this assignment. I'm going to be waiting for you to start on the work. So I will go to this version control tab, scrolling over here, and I'm going to make a commit, added task instructions, like that. I'm going to commit and push, and it may say, hey, I need some approval or something like that. Let's see. So it added it here. Let me close this. Let's take a look at the repository and we'll see if it actually did it. Okay. Like this, because you may run into the same issue here. All right. So if I look under the commits, let's see if something happened. Updated instructions. No, that's from a few hours ago when I was editing this document here. Okay. So we'll go back here and I will need to do some git push stuff over here. Again, this is a fully functioning terminal right here. So if needed, it can all be done right here. So git push, it's going to prompt. Okay, so this is very easy. It tells us what to do to push the current branch and set the remote as upstream. Use blah, 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 blah. So copy, paste. It's going to ask for credentials. Just provide them. All right, there it goes. It's pushing it. All right, branch master setup. Okay, here we go. Git push. Everything up to date. And if we refresh right here, you'll see added task instructions. Okay. So with that said, I will then send you a message on the Slack workspace. I will send a message over here. Let's see. All right. You'll get that message over here. And now it's your job to go into here and start doing all this stuff. All right. So I'll just take you through one of these. Write 10 user-defined types, each with a random number of member variables. Now, if you look over here, you'll notice that when I selected this stuff, on the right, it shows who's doing the selection. So that's pretty cool. And it's currently just one way. You know, I get to see who, I get to see you doing the edits over here. I don't get to see, you don't get to see me doing the edits. But that, again, this is a beta feature, so perhaps they are, perhaps Replit will add that soon enough. Anyway, I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna do one. You'll get to see the process. So for this guy, let's see, struct dog. All right, I'm just gonna declare a dog like that. Write 10 user-defined types, each with a random number of member variables. All right, so I'll add one right here. Let's see, bool is good dog. Is good boy. There we go. That's not a function. All right, something like that. Maybe we'll do another one. Bool has tennis ball. Okay, let's make him a good boy. Like that. Okay, now if you happen to run into trouble while you're working on these tasks, you can send me a message here, like, "Hey, I got stuck on the third instruction." All right, I'm gonna get notified about that. That's pretty cool. So I'm gonna say, okay, I'll message you over in the thing. Okay, I'll message you on Replit, like that. All right. Now I'm gonna message you from over here. Hey, what's up? And then you'll be like, I'm not sure what to do for number 3. All right, we'll come look at it. We'll have a little discussion, add a couple member functions, give us some parameters. You know, I'll give you a suggestion what to do so you can kind of see what's going on. I could be like, how about void chase tail? Oh, this plugin crashed. Oh boy. So again, this is all like a beta feature, so we'll just reload this tab. All right, let me add this again here. Chased tail, bool make dizzy, like that. All right, that's an example. You got to see it appear here. You know, you could do something like that. All right, and then I'll let you finish the work. Okay, so you'll add one here. Void chase tail. Bool make dizzy, like that. All right. Now, once that's done, you're gonna make a branch over here, and you're gonna do your work on that branch. All right. So that's the step that I missed. Now that the instructions have been added here, you would make a branch. Maybe call it work or assignment or something like that. You're gonna create it. Then you're going to do the work, which we have already shown an example of doing that. Okay, you're going to complete the assignment instructions. You're not going to delete the instructions. Please leave them in place so I can look at them and know what I asked you to do. Okay, once you complete the instructions or you get stuck, commit your work. All right, if you get stuck, I want to be able to see what's going on and help you out without needing to be on call, you know, every minute of the day. So make a commit and be like partial progress, something like that. Right, commit and push. It may say that it doesn't have write permission, but we can see over here whether or not that's true. We can click on that. Okay, it does not. So we have to do the same thing that we did over here. We have to do git push. It's going to ask for credentials, or it's going to tell us to do this thing. So we can do the same thing. Just paste it right here. It's going to ask for credentials, coordinate app. Type in our password. There we go. It's all done. All right, it's all up to speed. We can do git status if we want. Our branch is up to date with work origin. Okay, cool. Let's clear this. If we refresh this, we will see that there's a work branch, and we'll see that there's some partial progress on there. Okay, now what happens is you'll send me a message saying, hey, can you check it out? Hey, can you check out my work? I'll say, sure thing. Oh, sure thing. One. All right, I'll get back to you, and I'm going to go look at the work that you did. Okay. Now, based on whether or not I believe you have completed the work satisfactorily, I will ask you to go to GitHub and make a pull request, or I will add some fix me's. So let me show you an example of that. Okay, so we're going to say, let's see, fix me, add more member functions. Like that. That's an example of like, I didn't feel like you did enough stuff. Okay. So added fix me's. I'm going to commit this. It's going to go off to the cloud. Let's see if it was committed or pushed or not. Let's see, git status. Your branch is ahead of origin work by 1 commit. Okay, so git push. Prompt for username. Okay. And there it goes. It's pushing. Okay, cool. It's done. So then I'm going to reply to you. Hey, added some fix me's for you. Okay. And now it's up to you to refresh this. You can also see here in the commit history whether or not that happened. You can see that I added fix me's there. All right. You're going to go find the fix me's, which if you run it, you'll see that they show up here as errors. All right, you'll need to fix them. So you'll say, okay, void take bath. And then bool splash. Let's say chew rubber ducky. There we go. That's something dogs do when they take baths. All right, that's a good member function. All right, let's run that. Clear this out. All right, good to go. So I believe that I have finished fixing the fix me's that Matt Cat Music asked me to do. So I will say that. Fixed fix me's. All right, let's do the same thing we did before. Git status. Your branch is 1 ahead by 1 commit. Okay, so git push. Ask for credentials. That's fine. All right, now it's pushing it. Okay, cool. And now I can say, all right, fixed them. All right, I'm going to get that message. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to look at it. And again, based on what I decide, I'm going to review it. If it's completed to my satisfaction, I will ask you to go to GitHub and create a pull request. So I'm going to do that now. All right, I'm going to say, hey, make a pull request. Looks good. There we go. Okay. So you're going to go over here. You're going to go to your project. You're going to click on, you can either click on this right here, or you can just click on pull requests. They'll take you to the same thing. You're going to click on compare and pull request. All right. Once it takes you to this page, make sure it says able to merge. All right. If it does not, you need to send me a message and we can figure out what went wrong. Okay. The next thing you're going to do, you're going to add me as a reviewer of your pull request. As in, what that means is you're asking me to review the code that you are submitting to be merged into the framework, merged into the project code base. Okay. And then you're going to assign this to me. As in, you want me to be the one that handles reviewing it and handles doing the merge and whatnot. Okay. So now you can leave a message if you want, like, hey, I had a hard time on number 3. Hope it's cool. Hey, I had a tough time on number 3. Hope it's cool. Like that. Okay. Now, once it's done this, do not click merge pull request because you requested that I review it. And you also assigned it to me. Okay. So you need to wait for me to merge it. And then that's what I will do over here. So I'm going to go up to the project itself. I will get notified. All right, let's see what's going on here. 24 seconds ago, there's a pull request. You are assigned, you have a pending review. So I can add my review to this. I can say the code looks good or the style sucks or something like that. But for the most part, that's what all of the fix me's that I put in while you're working on it are for. I'm not going to really do anything here. Maybe I'll just say something like looks good, approved, something like that. Okay, submit review. This is my review of your code right here. And then I will either merge it myself, or I may say, hey, go ahead and merge it and do a squash merge or do a regular merge. So if you do a squash and merge, all of these commits are just going to get squashed into one single commit. If you do a regular merge, they will all just get added to the tree. All right. So I will do the merge this time. Confirm it. There we go. Merge has been successfully merged. The branch has been successfully merged, which means we don't need this branch anymore. So we can get rid of the branch. Now, usually when you delete a branch, you keep your local branch history. As in don't delete the branch history from your local computer. Just, you can clean it up from the remote. That way the remote has a really clean work history. It's totally optional to delete that, so we'll just leave that stuff where it was. All right, now the next thing that's going to happen is if this task was the end of it, then I am either going to clear out the instructions and replace them with new instructions on the master branch, or I'm going to ask you to start a new project from this template following the exact same steps as before, where you clone this template into a new project based on whatever video you're currently watching on. All right, so I'm going to show you an example of what would happen if we were on the master branch. So what would happen, I would switch to the master branch. It's going to pull all of the commits in. All right. And now I'm going to go over here. I'm going to grab the new instructions. I'm going to replace these instructions. Let's pretend we don't need this car wash structure, this example struct anymore. And I'm going to say added next task instructions. All right, we probably have to do the same git push thing here. Provide those credentials. Again, this is a beta feature, so as time goes by, this will get improved and you won't need to deal with any of this stuff. But it's not that hard to type git push and then enter your GitHub credentials. So with that said, once I have added the new instructions, I'm going to send you a message. Hey, added new next task instructions for you. Whenever you're ready, send that off. That'll show up here. And now you can go to the Replit. You can refresh it. Whoops, let me refresh this. All right, and now here's the new instructions. And the process repeats. You're going to do this. You're going to make a branch. You're going to start doing your work. I'm going to review it once you're done, or you can message me if you get stuck, if something's really difficult. I'm going to review it. I'm going to ask you to create a pull request if it's cool, or I'm going to add some fix me's if it needs to be changed. And then you're going to fix that stuff and you're going to commit it and I'm going to review it. And then you're going to do the pull request and you're going to wait for me to merge it. Or I'm going to say, yeah, you can merge it this time. This is cool. All right. So this is the workflow that's going to be involved with the tasks. And the reason this is done this way is because this is the exact same thing that happens in the real world when you're working on a project with another team. Some team manager is going to give you an assignment and they're going to say, here, go make a branch. Go do the work, and then when you're ready for me to look at it, submit a pull request. Okay? So that's what you're going to be learning here. You're going to be learning that workflow in addition to the C++ stuff. Okay. So just to recap what's going on, this is the workflow for the tasks. You're going to clone this template project right here. You're not going to clone it. You're going to import it and rename it. Then you're going to add it to your Replit account. You're going to invite me to collaborate in both the GitHub repo and on the Replit. And then I'm going to provide the instructions. You're going to do the work. You're going to tell me that you've done the work so I can check it. I'm going to tell you if it's cool or not. If it's cool, you're going to get a pull request. I'm going to tell you to make a pull request. If it's not cool, I'm going to give you fix me's that you need to fix. And then if there's more work to be done after the pull request is submitted and merged, as in there are more tasks that build off of this, then that's what's going to happen. For example, the follow-up task right here says, in this one, we declared some member functions. In this one, it says provide implementations for those member functions. So you would go down here and it says, be sure to write the correct fully qualified name for some of that stuff. Okay. So then you would have to go down here and do that. You be like void dog chase tail bool make dizzy. Right, and then you would provide implementation, whatever, that sort of thing. Okay, so with that said, that's the workflow for these tasks. It's a pretty standard workflow that happens in the real world workplace, which is why I am having you go through it. Okay, so if there are any questions, just feel free to ask them in the Slack workspace. That's what it's for. All right, I will see you in the workspace. Thanks for checking this out, and I'm looking forward to seeing the work that you submit for these tasks.